Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be showing off a personal deck. That's right, we're talking Kambal, Console of Allocation. So, this is a personal deck, only cards I own. Comes out to like 900 bucks. Um, Good mana cost, but I'll just show it off. So, I'm hoping to bring this in on Sunday. There's this like event going on at my game store, and I think it would be fun to play the villain, because that's just what I do. So Kambal is a 3 mana 2/3. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, that player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This seems like, oh, maybe he'll deal a couple damage here and there. This card is so annoying to face for certain decks, and people will really hate you for playing it because they lose life off of mana rocks. They lose life off of like just everything they play. So this is sort of like a Death and Taxes sort of deck. We have Esper Sentinel, draw you cards. Skrelf is kind of like protection for one of your permanents. Archivist is going to punish your opponent whenever they search the library, you'll get to draw. Dauthi Voidwalker is going to punish graveyard strategies. Deep Gnome Terramancer is going to help you get more lands out. Draneth Magistrate just shuts down Commander as a whole. LS Ilkor is just more burn. Lotho will give you treasure and value whenever an opponent casts their second spell. Orcish Bowmaster, of course, punishes your opponent's draws. Strict Proctor is going to shut down their ETB abilities. Suture Priest is just going to burn them out. Talia will make their spells cost more. Tithe Drinker is mostly for the extort ability. So whenever you cast a spell, you can pay white or black and make them lose life and you gain life. Archon of Hemiria may or may not get cut. Each player can't cast more than one spell each turn. Kind of hurts because Kambal wants your opponent to be casting spells so they lose life and you gain life. But we'll see how it goes. Assault Intercessor is going to make them more or less just keep draining them whenever their creatures die. Athreos is going to drain them whenever your creatures die unless they want you to get it back. Opposition Agent shuts down searches. Skyclave Apparitions removal. Talia is going to make their creatures and non-basic lands enter tapped. So all of their shocks are already tapped. Their fetches come in tapped. It really punishes a lot of decks. Elish Norn, whenever an opponent deals damage to me or permanent I control, that source's controller loses 2 life unless they pay 1. So it's just it's like they have to pay for everything they do. Roaming Throne, if a triggered ability, if another creature you control of a type chosen triggers, it triggers an additional time. So making Kambal make them lose 4 life and me gain 4 life is just gonna be crazy. Shieldred's there because Shieldred is just oppressive and mean. Windborn Muse is there to stop attacks. Aclazotz, he does a whole bunch of stuff, but making your opponent discard cards is oppressive, and then being like it dies and it just comes back like ASAP. It just makes it very mean. Elish Norn, of course, is gonna stop ETB abilities. You're not gonna benefit from it too much, but there's like a couple things. So it's fine. Massacre Worm is kind of a board wipe, and the static ability is just so oppressive for your opponent. Platinum Angel isn't a good card, but I put it in because new players see it and they see Platinum Angel and they're like, huh, how does one even possibly beat this? This must be the greatest card ever. So I just think that would be fun. Void Winnower, so mean. Oh my lord. They can't cast even spells. It's just brutal. Moving on, of course. Chrome Mox, Pithing Needle to shut down a commander, just for funsies. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Lightning Greaves to protect Kambal, Orzhov Signet, Thorn of Amethyst, their spells cost more. Wishclaw Talisman, which seems nice, but like, whatever we're getting is probably going to be much worse. Smokestacks, because it's mean. The One Ring, because it's mean. and just giving yourself protection, and the amount of drawing it does is nuts. Dark Ritual, of course, Malakir Rebirth, partially just because it's a land, partially because it'll keep something alive. Well, more bring it back, but whatever. Mana Tithe, of course, Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, Fracture, Stroke of Midnight. The removal's on point, okay? Teferi's Protection to protect the board, save you an extra turn. Ink Shield because, boy oh boy, players hate this card when you actually get it off because like they're not expecting it. Nobody expects Ink Shield. And it's just mean. Damn is removal. Damn is a board wipe. It's really good being able to choose which one you need in any situation. Night's Whispers, draw. Torment of Hellfire is just mean. Grim Tutor is a tutor. Beseech the Mirror is a tutor. Rise of the Dark Realms is another win con. Blind Obedience is partially here for the extort, but artifacts and creatures your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped is just mean. Black Market Connections is just an insane amount of value. Ghostly Prison, stop their attacks. Monologue tax for value. Necropotence to keep you drawing. Oppression, so whenever a player casts a spell, they discard a card. So we're probably going to have full hands. Hopefully. We're going to try and keep our hand full, so Oppression will really hurt our opponents. I thought about putting, what's her name in this deck? Not Braids. Crap. I can't think of her. She's a god. Black. I thought about putting Turgid in this deck, but I just thought Turgid might be taking it a little too far. Protection Racket. So, let's say you have 3 opponents, right? And they don't... They're most likely going to pay life so you don't get whatever cards. So, every turn that's going to be an extra, 2-3 damage that you're throwing at them unless they want to put things to your hand. Leyline of the Void to shut down graveyard strategies. Smothering Tithe for value. Exquisite Blood along with Sanguine Bond. The two go infinite together. Plus, you're going to be making your opponent lose life. You're going to be gaining life. There's no reason not to. And then Polluted Bonds isn't really that great. Just making an opponent lose 2 and you gain 2. It's fine. It's just, just a little bit more mean. Land-wise, we have Bajuka Bog, Bright Climb Pathway, Cabal Coffers, Caves of Koilos, Command Tower, Iganjo, Godless Shrine, Marsh Flats, Plains, Restless Fortress, Swamps, and then Takanuma. So, the land base is pretty balanced. I think it's 35 lands, 34 lands plus the MDFC is Malakir Rebirth. So you're gonna have enough lands to get everything out in reasonable place. Do a little test hand here. We'll keep. We go Plains, turn 1, into Skrelv, turn 1. Sorry. Into probably just a Swamp, a Swing for 1, Plains, go for Kambal. Kambal will start burning out the opponent. Go for Restless Fortress tapped. Skyclave Apparition to remove something. This turn we go for Takanuma. We don't have anything to sacrifice for Beseech, so I think we'd probably wait on that. I guess we go for Black Market Connections. Go to next turn. Probably play out Elish, Norn. And the deck, okay, it seems really slow looking at it. I think maybe it could use more draw. But this is just to be the villain at the table We're going to be a little bit mean here. We're going to be shutting down opponents' plays. But let me know what you think in the comments. Is this... I don't think it's too mean. I think it's pretty chill. But let me know what you think. And I'll be back with another video, I guess. Peace.